Boys and girls, cats and squirrels, welcome! It is Monday night, so it is time for your crisis fight. It's hella tight. Alright, take flight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here on the Professional Casual Twitch, live from beardeddragongames.online. Please go over there, check out our local game store. That could be your local game store too, especially when you use code PCME10 at checkout and get 10% off your order for Marvel Crisis Protocol, Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, Pathfinder 2nd edition, Magic the Gathering. We got some Strixhaven. If you want, you know, some card games, board games, whatever. It's all there. Warhammer. What else?
Black Templar.
Black Templar.
This is all news to me. I didn't even know BD shipped things, so...
Right? And if you are local, maybe you don't want it shipped. You can select in-store pickup and get that 10% off as well using that code PCME10.
And free shipping.
And free shipping. So,
Okay, that's kind of nice.
we are here with a brand new face to the stream, but close enough to other people here on the network where, you know, it's just new and exciting. I am joined by Tyler tonight, Dani's brother, who is going to be doing a teaching game of Marvel Crisis Protocol. We are going to be running the Montesi formula found, as well as Infinity, some might say, formula goes missing. We are running Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy. No tactics cards tonight for a teaching game, just so we can kind of get used to the ins and outs of the game before adding in all the ridiculousness of bitter rivals in every match ever played forever. So,
That sounds terrifying.
right? So down here in the center, we have our 3 Montesi formula. So we got 1, 2, 3. These are worth 1 victory point each during the cleanup phase. And from picking one up, you get a Mystic Beam attack, which is a Beam 3, Strength 6, 0 power to use energy attack. Taylor here at the network, a tactical Taylor some might say, believes that that attack should be a mystic attack. And while we have played this Crisis several times, I've never noticed that. It says Mystic Beam, it should be a mystic attack. AMG is probably right hot on the heels on updating that specifically for us, so really we really appreciate that, AMG. So get on that. We also have these 4 blue boys here for the Infinity formula. Players will score 1 victory point for each serum canister they are securing during the cleanup phase, and during the power phase, any character contesting a serum canister gets an extra power. So great way to build up power, also 1 victory point. So, let's get right into it. As far as the Guardians, this week I am playing Star-Lord, Nebula, Drax, Groot, Rocket, and Gamora. Tyler will be playing Steve Rogers Avengers with Captain himself, Iron Man, Thor, 2-Point Black Widow, as well as Hawkeye, finally making his resurgence here on the channel.
Oh boy, I feel like I have a lot to live up to with him now.
There is a lot. We took him like every week for quite a while, and people learn pretty quick you just need to beat Hawkeye into the ground to prevent him from, honestly, just decimating most of your team. So, let's get right into it. Let's roll for priority. So Tyler, what you'll do for priority is you will pick up 5 dice.
Alrighty.
You'll roll them in our special little tray here.
And I'm guessing this is a camera so they can see the rolls?
Yes, sir. So we're looking for crits, then hits, and wilds. So no crits, but
2 hits.
2 hits.
And then knock these out of here?
Yep. And then we'll roll this. I do have a crit, so I will gain priority for the first round.
Okay.
We will go ahead and start by throwing down some affiliation tokens. We have an Avengers and a Guardians. And then, yeah. So we are going into round 1. This will be your Avengers token. This will be my Guardians. So we'll start the game in round 1 by deploying our units.
Right.
So we'll go one at a time. We can deploy them within range 3. which is your 3 marker, or, thankfully enough, the side of the card. So I will deploy Star-Lord right in the center. And then you can go ahead and deploy one as well.
I feel like the best spot for Cap would be running right up the middle.
I don't disagree with that at all.
I think I will do the same thing with him.
And then up my left flank, we are going to put the Trash Panda himself, Rocket.
Is he the one that has the scary bazooka that Dan was freaking out about the other week, or was that someone else?
That's Hydra Bob.
Okay.
Yeah, Hydra Bob is also a 2-threat who's just a dude, very easy to kill. Near no health, no defenses, but he does have a bazooka that has a single shot in it.
A single shot bazooka.
Yep.
I mean, our Moist Bazooka single shot.
You know, I suppose, yeah, it would be very difficult to make those anything but semi-automatic. But for our third pick, we are going to put Groot right there with his buddy Rocket.
Boy.
So one thing that Rocket and Groot have is similar to your bodyguard on Captain America. As long as Groot is within range 1 of Rocket, he can bodyguard for free.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
And is that why Rocket has that little tendril of roots coming up?
It
'Cause him and
is.
Groot are buddy-buddy.
Not only that, they did it so he has one thing going into the ground, and then the other one popping out.
Okay, that's sweet.
Isn't it?
That's great attention to detail. That makes me happy already. Quick question. With flight, does that mean that things like this bush here won't impede my movement?
Yes. So a good teacher of this game would describe what terrain does. So every item on here has a size.
Okay.
If your character is that size or less, you can move over it your normal speed.
Alright.
Flight and web swinging allow you to count yourself as size 5 to going over terrain. So effectively, if you have
Okay.
flight or web swing, you can go over anything as if nothing happened. If you are smaller or shorter than the terrain piece, it changes your movement to short instead of whatever it is
Okay.
as you are climbing up it. But once you are already on the terrain, you move your full speed up there or off there.
And then for the sizes marked on these guys, is that also the size if I were to, say, try to throw a car?
Correct.
Alrighty.
Yep.
I think I will put Mr. Iron Man maybe over here. Now, does flight still keep me the cover bonus if I'm standing behind something?
Yes. Yep. And I think as far as throws go, I think you have access to 2. Thor has one where he can just spend power to pick something up and chuck it. He also has one on his strike where I believe if he rolls a wild on his like regular hit,
Yep.
he can throw somebody. Captain America has it on his shield slam.
Yep, on a shield slam and strike, if I get a wild, it has push.
Yes. So push just, how they kind of measure those is when you push someone, you kind of make a V with your thing here. So say Rocket shot Star-Lord and it could push him small. So you can push him short in any direction that is within that V.
That's kind of nice.
If you run into something, you stop.
Okay.
And if it's a push, you do have to go the full way.
You can't just, like, half it.
Or until,
Yeah.
you hit something.
Correct. Yep.
Now, if I push someone into something, do they take damage from that or no?
Push, no. Throw, yes.
Okay.
So if, for instance, if you are Captain America and you attack Rocket with Shield Slam and for whatever reason Groot doesn't feel like bodyguarding, you could then throw Rocket into Groot.
Okay.
Groot would then make a dodge roll against Rocket, potentially saving against 1 plus Rocket's size and damage. Rocket would take 1 automatic damage for colliding with something.
Okay.
So if
that
you
makes
throw
sense.
someone into something, automatic 1 damage. And if they are bigger than the terrain piece they hit, that terrain piece gets exploded.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I believe it is your placement.
It
I
is.
put Iron Man over here.
It is. So we will run Gamora up this side. The only rule about terrain is that you just have to be wholly on it. You can't have any part hanging off.
Okay. If you're on top of terrain with someone, say, Hawkeye, Does he get any sort of bonus for shooting down off terrain or no?
Kind of. He doesn't get a bonus for shooting off of it, but if someone attacking him were too close to it and a line would travel through the terrain, he would get cover for being up there.
Okay. So putting Hawkeye over here might not be a
One thing
bad
with this game
idea.
is that it's not true line of sight.
Okay.
When they developed the game, everything was one-dimensional.
Mm.
So it's kind of hard to like wrap your brain around. Sometimes you play other miniature games, but effectively just use your measuring sticks and pretend as if things are physically there, but they have numbers on them.
Okay.
Yeah. Cover is one of the harder things that we actually still don't regularly get right. So the good news is we're just as good at it as you are.
Awesome.
Yeah. So all right. So we got Hawkeye on your right flank. So we are also going to march Nebula up the middle. Nebula has an ability called Assassin, where Nebula cannot contest or interact with or hold objectives.
Oh.
So she cannot be picking up books, she cannot be contesting one of these serum canisters, but as the trade-off for that, she can re-roll any number of her attack dice when attacking a character that is holding or contesting an objective.
So if my characters are busy, she's a big issue.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. All right. And you got Thor.
Not quite sure where to put Thor. I think I might do something over here so I've got a little bit more presence on the left flank.
Mhm.
And see how that goes for me.
Okay. So, I still have Drax. And we will put Drax also on the my right, your left flank. Okay. So we'll go into round one. I will activate first, and we'll take turns going back and forth until either we have all activated or until we've activated all of our characters that are not dazed or dead.
Works for me.
So, at the end of the round, whoever activates last, if they had priority, they give it to the opponent.
Okay.
So you never end a round and start the following round. So if I have 6 characters, you have 5,
Yep.
chances are, unless someone gets dazed and doesn't activate, you will go first in the following round.
Okay. That makes sense.
All right, so we are going to start with Groot, who is going to move up. His movement is short. So for his first action, he will move up, short. And then I'm going to move him short again, but I'm going to keep his toe kind of just in touching and still contesting this serum canister.
Alrighty.
Then I will put an activation token down, and you will be up.
Now, do I have to go in any specific order with my characters? Or
No.
just kind of...
You can go in any way you want, as long as the character has not already activated.
Alright, here comes the great debate then. I think I'm gonna move Black Widow up a little bit, just because she's got that stealth. And she moves along. So I could kind of pop her right there and keep her base on there.
Absolutely. And you don't have to move the full length if you didn't want to, but to just keep her toed in there, I mean, being a long movement for that's pretty sweet.
Alright. And then I would have a second action with her, right?
Yes.
Is Groot in range for me to shoot at him with a pistol? I don't know his physical defense. Is it something ridiculous?
So Groot's defenses are 4 physical, 2 energy, and 3 mystic. So if you have something in range to shoot him with energy, that's certainly the way to get damage through. But you never know.
Would it be worth
Oh,
it?
and you know what? This show, by the way, is called Oh Yeah, the Power Phase.
Okay.
Because we regularly forget to do the power phase.
Okay.
We also forgot to do the power phase today.
Alright.
So
I was kind of wondering about
let's
powers.
do that
but...
quick. So every character gets 1 power unless they have something like Thor does as Guardian, where he gets an extra.
So everyone gets 1 except for Mr. Thor because he's fancy.
Perfect. So I don't think that changes anything for Black Widow this round for you, but...
No, it doesn't. Is there any point in not shooting Groot with her this turn right
Not
now?
really.
Okay.
Not really.
Well, I might as well do that then. Let's double check that she's at range, and she definitely is.
Sure is.
So I would roll 4 attack dice, yeah?
Yep.
They
Great,
got 2
great start.
hits.
2 hits and a wild. So the wild also counts as an attack success.
Okay.
And the blank is a blank.
Take all these out for you?
And this was physical?
Yes.
Okay. So Groot has 4 physical defense. So a lot of skulls there, but we get a crit.
Okay.
So that lets us roll an additional die for a blank. So you did 2, right? Or 3. And I blocked 1. So 2 goes through.
Yay, it was worth it.
It absolutely was. So I gain 2 damage, and I also gain a power for each damage I received. And I believe, does she get power for any damage dealt?
She gets power for damage dealt, and then for any wild, you also lose a power.
Oh, sweet.
That's only on the strike I use the pistols, though.
Oh, gotcha.
Pistols have no
Nothing
functions.
special.
No function, yep.
No anything.
They were not anywhere. Yeah.
Okay. Well, cool. Still, considerable damage for a gun from Black Widow to do to Groot. That's awesome. So then she is fully activated, assuming that you don't have enough power to use any superpowers, which I think she only has reactives. But so she is all set.
Yep, she's only got a reactive and it takes 2, so.
So we will go with Star-Lord, I think. No, I think we're going to go with Drax. So Drax is going to beeline it over here after his controller put him in a bad placement. So he can move over here once, and then for his second action, he is going to move on top of this objective here. He's going to spend 1 to interact with it, with the Montesi formula, and pick it up. So Drax is now holding one of the books.
That also gives you 1 victory point, yeah?
If I am still holding it during the cleanup phase, yes.
Okay.
So after everyone is gone, that's when we score points and move characters from healthy to injured if they're damaged.
Okay.
And sometimes resolve other effects as well. Oh, and he is activated. That was 2 moves. And so interacting with those books does not cost an action.
Alright, now it's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
So the books just cost power to grab?
Yep, just 1 power to pick up.
Alrighty. I think
Is there a limit for how many books you can have?
Yes, there is. You can only be holding 1 book at a time
with each character?
with each character.
Okay. So I think I'm going to run Cap up here with a medium and use the 1 power that I have on him
Mm-hmm.
to yoink that book. Boop. And then I could do something else with him if I really want to.
Yeah, so for the contesting objectives, you could move closer to one of them. Because there's no
think,
other
yeah.
objectives in the middle, outside of, because you can only pick up 1, so we won't be able to pick up that one. But
I feel like I might have poorly placed a couple of my characters too now that I'm looking at it. Do I have to move him, or
You
would
don't.
I be able to just kind of leave him chilling in some cover over here?
yep, if you want to leave him hanging out, he can
You could probably put him
hang
on
out.
top of the car too and have the same cover.
Yes.
Oh,
Would be better positioned to move.
I think that would be the better idea.
The cars can be fickle. Just make sure that... Yes. Beautiful.
Aha!
So then throw down that activated token. Perfect. Alright, so for my 3rd activation, we are going to be using Rocket. And we are going to move him up medium. I think to here. And then I think we've declared that that's probably terrain that I can't see through. That
It's,
donut.
yeah, it's a D3. It's a size 3.
So
Remember, Tim, it's 2-dimensional.
It's 2-dimensional.
So I could throw the donut.
If you can throw size 3 stuff, yes.
Oh,
So I am within range of Black Widow for a shot, but she has stealth. So because I'm not within 3, she's not a legal target.
Sneaky, sneaky.
We will just move him up snug, like a bug in a rug, next to Groot.
Next to his bestie.
Best friends. And he will be activated also.
You didn't want to put him on top of the car?
You know, I could.
He already has cover. I don't think he gets double cover, does he?
Correct. So, yeah, another thing about Rocket is he has an innate called small stature, where he always counts as benefiting from cover.
Okay.
He also has something called booby traps, where if an enemy character ends their movement within range 3 of him, he can spend 3 power and roll 4 dice. And he just does a flat 1 damage to that character for every crit and wild he rolls.
That's kind of disgusting.
Yes. No defense roll against it, just goes through.
Now, with his cover, Hawkeye's trick shot, I would guess, would still ignore that, even though it's innate, because it says it ignores cover? Or would that override Hawkeye's trick shot?
That's a great question. So I think
They changed the wording on his cover, right?
on Rockets,
Yeah.
I don't think on the cover. On the collision thing they did. But I believe he would still count as benefiting from cover. The attack ignores cover. Yeah, it probably gets through it. Would be my guess.
I don't know, just because the way it was wording and then you saying it, I wasn't totally sure.
Yeah, I'm not actually. There might be someone in chat that can tell us that, because that's an interaction that I'm not 100% on. Trick shot overrides it, Ravensguard says. Thank you, Ravensguard. Yeah.
Aha, cool. That's kind of sweet.
Yeah, actually, I did
didn't
not
expect that.
anticipate that.
Alright, I guess I'll go with moving Hawkeye up a little bit.
But realistically, is Hawkeye that much better of a shot to like override cover? I mean, if they're using the movies, he's not.
Oh, that's fair. That's
Yeah,
super
I've
fair.
seen him put more arrows in the wall than anything, so...
And he only has 11, so, like, he's only good for so long.
Where do they come from?
It was one of my favorite old SNL bits where they had Hawkeye on there, and he's firing his arrows during the Avengers big fight at the end, and he's like, "Alright, that's all 11, I'm done. See you guys later."
What does he do when he runs out of arrows? Does he carry extra quivers? Does he have a car with extra quivers?
Maybe he just stashes them all over the place.
He
He hires Spider-Man like as a temp agency to just go and web them around all over the place just so they're there.
He's low-key taking some Arcane Archer levels.
Ooh,
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. That would explain some of the shenanigans he gets up to, too. Oh.
So you are certainly within range 5 of Rocket or Groot.
I'm thinking I might take some shots at Groot, but instead of using physical, I'll use the energy.
Oh, I don't like that. That's a quick thing to pick up on that I'm not a huge fan of.
Yeah, I think I'm going to shoot at Groot with energy shots.
I think that's a great call.
And that is 5.
So you have a crit, so that you can roll an additional die.
Okay.
Oh well.
Oh,
Alright, but so 2. And that's as many dice that I had. You did 2 damage before when I had twice that many defense dice.
Is there any wilds in this?
There was not,
Nope.
unfortunately. So we do block both of them. So that is a shield for a block success, and the wild counts as successes for both attack and defense.
So yeah, he's not that good of a shot.
So, I mean, that or Gru just got real upset about that first pistol doing a lot more than it should have. But,
It balances out.
yeah.
There you go, Mr. Hawkeye. Thank you for doing what you could.
So Sure Thing says that I hear reading the rules is basically cheating on this channel. You're not wrong. We are certainly still in the process of getting a lot of stuff
I mean,
accurate.
also not reading the rules is cheating on this channel too.
Yes, that is also true. So I guess, yeah, it just kind of goes to say you're always cheating on this channel.
So rules are only loose guidelines here then?
Like pants, yep.
Okay. Sweet.
So I think that we will go with Nebula. Next. we will move her up here.
And she's that assassin, right?
She is the assassin. So she is going to take a pot shot at Captain America with her blaster pistol. So this will be strength 4. This is an energy attack. And because he is holding an objective, she can re-roll as many of her attack dice as she wants. Which, it's a good thing that we attack someone with an objective. So we can re-roll these 3 non-successes. Oh!
Oh my lord.
Oh gosh, so that is 4.
Alright, Cap, good luck, buddy.
So he does have cover. And he is also rolling 4 physical, or 4 energy defense against this. So you have 1 success so far, and then you can turn another one of those ones that aren't a success into a block as you have cover.
You'd have also spent 1 power to give yourself an extra vibranium shield boost.
He does not have the power because
I
picked up the book. I thought about that too, and yep. Ah! Wait, no.
Alright, so 2 would go through then, because you get an extra block off of the cover. She
damage.
Just gains 1 power from that. She doesn't gain it for the amount of damage done. She just gains 1 after the attack is resolved.
And he gains 2 because he took 2?
Correct.
Okay.
She is activated, and you are up.
Oh boy, oh boy. I've got Thor and Iron Man that I can meander about with. Who wants to move somewhere and get in danger of being shot in the head? Iron Man, you're up, buddy. We will move him right up to there.
Mm-hmm.
And then that is range 4 on Repulsor Blast. Not anywhere close. Anything else you can do, mister? Not quite sure where I want to go with him. Got a lot hated over diddling right up the middle, but I think Iron Man is actually going to stay there just for the moment being and keep that objective under his foot.
Okay.
So I can go like that.
So we will use Gamora now, and she will do something very similar, where she just kind of tiptoes in here and stays there to be able to secure that point.
And last but not least, we have Mr. Thor, who, due to poor placement...
So, you might have a way out of it. So with 4 Asgard, I believe that costs 3.
Yes.
But because he's an Avenger, and that would be the first superpower you use in the
drop
turn.
the 1.
So then you could move, and then potentially for Asgard to move again, and Nebula might be in range. We might have to measure that ahead of time, but...
I definitely would like to measure that, because...
Are you going for Nebula or Gamora?
That's what I was going to look at,
Gamora
because they're
too.
both very good options.
If you got here, though, you'd be able to pick up the Montesi book as well,
Yeah, and then she can murder me better.
That's true. I'll tell you, Nebula has 4 health and 3s for defense. You could potentially get up there, do damage, and throw her into Drax or into a car.
Okay.
Not leading the witness, but that's what I would do. Going up to Gamora also. Great call. She's kind of a glass cannon. Doesn't have great defense.
What's your health? 5?
And her health is 5.
Her health
So
is 5, hers is 4.
If you roll heavy and you kill Gamora, you deny him a point, and you would get a point if you get on the objective.
That's what I'm wondering about. Which one's my better option? But she scares me because of the damage potential.
They're both pretty damagey.
Yeah, I figured. Right, so you said move, and then for Asgard he would have to do another move. Oop.
It might be too far away.
Anywhere near.
Yep, I think you're right.
If I
think that way, though.
for sure I'll at least wander up here with him.
And you get to
Followed
enter.
by a strike, which is range 2.
You could also, if you didn't want to, well, either way, you could either for Asgard up and hit her, potentially stagger her, take out an action next round, and throw her off the point. You also have the hammer throw that you could use for 1.
Oh, I forgot about the hammer throw. Gains the shock special condition. Yeah, I'll chuck a hammer at her. That sounds kind of fun.
And what shock does is it gives her -1 defense dice, or -1 attack dice.
But
She's damagey?
She is.
That is double the reason to huck a hammer.
it's actually free because it's the first one used, right? Or is it
That's only superpowers.
To
That
a
does
minimum
not
of
affect
1.
attacks.
It's to the minimum of 1 anyway.
Right.
I love the idea of Thor throwing hammers at people and nailing them in the head. So we're going
Right.
to go with that one. And that's 5 physical?
5 should be energy, right? I think.
No, it's physical.
Oh, it is physical. You're right.
If I had a bunch more power, I'd do all sorts of silly things with God of Thunder, but... Oh my lord. The dice gods are not happy with me today.
So there's a crit in there at least, so you get to roll another die. All right.
That's another crit, but
So
that's
3.
I get.
Correct.
3 and he's shocked.
3 and shock. So shock goes on, regardless of the outcome. What's that? Oh, gotcha. So shock goes on her. She is going to roll her 3 energy defense against the 3 energy damage, or 3 physical defense against the 3 physical damage.
I do feel like it should be energy, though, because he's throwing a lightning hammer, but I guess getting bludgeoned with a hammer.
I roll 0 successes. So we have 2 attack hits and a blank, so all the damage goes through. So she takes 3.
She's got, what, 5?
And she's got 5.
Oh boy, oh boy.
So she took a chunk there. She's now shocked, a little beat up, a little buffed up with the power, but still a solid attack.
And Thor is all done with his shenanigans.
Okay, so Star-Lord is up as my last activation. We are absolutely going to beeline it for that book. So we will move up twice. And he will spend 1 to pick it up. And then all day, he'll have good luck. So then he is activated. So now that we are all activated, we go into the cleanup phase.
Yep.
During the cleanup phase, the first thing that happens is points are scored, starting with the player with priority. So I am controlling 2 of the infinity formulas.
Yeah.
So that'll be 2 victory points for that. And I am also controlling or holding 2 of the books of Montesi.
So that puts you at 4.
For 2 more. Yep. So that'll put me to 4. You are holding 2 infinity formula canisters as well.
And 1
And
book.
1 book. We start to go into round 2. If anyone was dazed here, this is where they would flip.
Okay.
We remove our activated tokens.
We're going for, what, 6 points total?
We are going for 16.
16. Okay. I
Over
thought you had said 6 earlier, and then you said games normally take 45 minutes, and I was very confused.
So
6
it's either the
rounds.
first to 16 or
Oh,
whoever
6
has the most
rounds.
at the end of 6 rounds.
Okay, that
Also,
makes more sense.
in memory of Chuck, that bulletin board there with the scores on them, that's treated as a terrain size 5.
Okay.
So you can jump on it and stuff like that, but think of it as a giant, bulletin board.
It just gave me a terrible, wonderful idea.
So, we go into round 2.
Yep.
I was the last to activate in round 1, which means you now have priority and
Alright.
can choose who goes first.
I do want to go first because I have an idea.
Oh yeah, the power phase.
Oh yeah, the power phase.
though.
Good call.
And Thor gets 2.
Yep.
And just so you know, the one type of attack I don't think I described was area attacks.
Okay.
So his God of Thunder is
area
A2. So it hits everyone around him within range 2 instead of a beam.
Okay, so it's centered on him, though.
Correct.
All right, that's really good to know.
Just in case that affected what you wanted to do out of the gate.
No, it didn't affect my silly idea here. Oh, never mind. That's size 5, you said?
Yes.
Never mind. If it was size 4, he's got the strongest Avenger, and I was thinking it might be fun to throw that at someone, but...
That would hurt a lot.
Yeah, a little bit.
Part of the idea is that it's a size that cannot be thrown.
Okay. That makes sense.
So we don't lose it. So strategically speaking, I think you have a couple quick options. One is to try and finish off Gamora. Another option is cap attack into the middle with the shield.
I was thinking, I've got this wonderful, wonderful little book, so I might move Cap here and beam between the two of those guys.
You could probably beam...
You might be
I might be able to beam from where I am,
Yep.
actually.
You absolutely can, because that would fit over both of them, as long as it is touching any or hovering over any part of their base.
I would absolutely like to blast both of them with that wonderful little book then. So it's strength 6 energy, yeah?
Yep, so they both fall under the guise of the beam. So
Okay.
you choose which one you're going to attack first.
I will go with the squishy one.
Gamora?
Yes.
Good call.
Well, isn't this one Gamora?
Nebula,
one's-
sorry, yes,
yeah.
you're right.
I knew who you meant.
I'm sorry, it's my first game.
What? Alright, well, I rolled absolute horrendous things with that.
Yeah, unfortunately, no crits.
I got 1 wild.
Alright, so she is rolling 3 energy defense
Oh
here.
my lord.
And let's see what she gets. She doesn't block anything.
Okay.
So, hold on, let's see. So, cybernetic enhancements, this character can reroll 1 die in his defense roll. So, let's see if we get anything on a reroll. We do. So, we do block that 1 damage that went through. But it took everything we had to do.
Oh my gosh.
So, now you immediately follow up with the one on Star-Lord.
Yep. And 6 again. That one's considerably better. I got a crit in there, so roll another one. Still not great.
So, 2.
2.
Okay. Against 3 energy defense. Lots of skulls. The old traditional Tim 2 skulls. But we do get a crit there. So we block it.
Oh, the dice are not happy today.
Yeah. Sometimes you whiff. So from there, you're in range for shield throw.
That's what I was looking at doing next. Yeah, I think I will do a shield throw again at Nebula first.
I think that's the
Just
right
in
target.
case I can bounce it. And that's 4 physical. Got 2 hits that time.
2 hits. No wild for the ricochet, but let's see what it does. So we block 1, we re-roll 1, so 1 goes through.
What's that? So I got 2 on her, and that's all Mr. Cap can do, yeah?
Yeah, so she takes 1 damage and gains 1 power from it. You only rolled 2 successes on that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So
I had such high hopes for that book, man.
I really did. That was a shocking whiff, unfortunately.
Huh.
All right. Did you see the thing in chat? Someone was looking for a model, I think.
I think they're 132. The ones that are on the board, we have a bunch of those in stock. I want to say.
All right. So I think we're going to go with Nebula next. And she is going to just start firing at Cap. See what we can get there. So we'll use the blaster pistol. This is range 3, strength 4. It's an energy attack. We roll. Wow, we're actually rolling really well on her. She can re-roll as many as she wants due to him holding a thing.
That's
She
3
does
damage.
3.
Alright, I've got 4 to roll.
If you did want a vibranium shield here, you would do it.
I was thinking about it.
Especially since it only costs 1.
Yeah.
Granted, she only did 3 damage,
And he's
So
got
it's-
4 defense.
so it could go either way. That's
He's
a tough
down
call.
2. I'll see if he can face tank it this time.
Starting okay. You get another one with the crit. Alright, so you block 2 out of the 3.
Awesome, awesome. And then he
So he gains a
takes
power.
1 and gains a power.
Yep.
Did I take a power off of him before?
I
Don't think I did.
don't think so.
Off of who?
Cap. I wasn't sure if I grabbed a power token off him, but I don't think I did, so.
What would you grab it off him for?
Well, he used the power, so I have to put it back here, don't I?
Would you use the power for?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yep.
Never mind. Okay, never mind.
All right. And then let's do it again. So 4, blaster pistol, energy. We have a crit. So that was definitely not a success, but that other dice hit it. So 2.
Yep. Okay. I'm not gonna use the shield this time either. He will be fine. I'll use the power just to say that I did it before he
You
gets
get
knocked down or
2
something
more dice,
ridiculous.
right?
Yeah, so you get 2 more. Yeah, you.
Of course, the
roasted
time
him,
I
right.
yeah, the
That's
time I
always how
roll
it
well.
So he takes nothing, but she does gain an extra power just for the attack resolving,
My Lord Cap, what are you doing, buddy?
and she is activated.
Alright, my turn then?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking maybe it would... I don't know what I want to do.
I think your next crucial contention point is up top with Hawkeye and Black Widow
Yeah,
versus Rocket and Groot.
that's kind of what I'm afraid of getting invested in. What? How much damage have I done to Groot? Like 3?
You've done 2. He has
Okay.
7 health on this side.
And what about Mr. Rocket?
Rocket is undamaged.
But
How much
it has
He
a
has
free
3
bodyguard.
He
Free,
counts his cover and gets free bodyguarded from Groot.
Correct.
So, I mean, it kind of doesn't make any sense not to just focus Groot down first, does it?
you could focus Rocket down and put the ball into Tim's court.
I think Hawkeye is definitely going to go ahead and use Trick Shot so that I can ignore Mr. Rocket's cover and take a shot at him.
So we will definitely have Groot bodyguard then.
And what kind of defense does Rocket have weaker against?
So he's 2 in physical and energy. So if you think Groot might bodyguard, which I definitely will, I would definitely go with the energy, because their energy defense is the same.
Yep, that's
as
what I
bad.
was thinking. Are you okay with me doing that after I already
Absolutely.
said? Okay.
Absolutely.
Alright, so we're gonna go Trick Shot, and that's 5. And a crit, which does absolutely
Wow.
nothing.
Yeah.
Wow, the dice hate me today. That's what, 1?
Yep. Yeah, it certainly thinks you're me, apparently. We do block the 1. Do you want to do it a second time with feeling?
Yes, I will do it a second time with
Do you want to
feeling.
just attack Groot directly instead? Because I'm going to bodyguard. I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah,
So
I'll just shoot Groot.
save
with,
the power.
We'll just shoot at Groot again with energy.
There we go.
Oh,
There
there
we
we
go.
go. 2 crits that time too.
The car's trying to assault me. Got another crit on that one.
So that
Oh,
this block was a crit before it got moved over.
so that's 5,
That's 5 and a wild.
which gives me the full quiver, and I can add bleed, shock, slow, or poison.
So bleed, he'll take a damage at the end of his turn. Stunned, he only gains 1 power from damage done, regardless of how much damage you do. Or what was the other one?
I've got bleed, shock,
Slow.
slow, or poison.
Slow means he moves short, but he already moved short, so I certainly wouldn't pick that one.
Nope.
Shock, he gets 1 less attack dice. Or poison, you said?
And poison, yep.
He loses 1 power at the power phase.
Ooh.
Bleed is a great bet.
That's what I was thinking.
Stun is also a good bet. Because one of the things that Groot has is he has a heal, where he can spend a certain amount to... He can spend 2 to heal 3.
I've only got bleed, shock, slow, or poison.
Oh, gotcha. So,
Otherwise, I would absolutely go with stun.
yeah, bleed, poison, or shock, I think, are all solid.
I'm leaning towards poison, I think. Because if you don't
Poison's
kill him
poison.
this turn, it'll hamper him a little bit next turn.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we'll go poison then. I like that idea.
Poison on...
Because if he lives, he's probably just going to heal.
Yeah.
Yep. So, 2 energy defense against the 5 damage. It all goes through. He's dazed. Shoo! Nice.
Yes!
So here's the good news. The poison doesn't matter as our big boy gets dazed. That is huge.
That one.
Rocket
way
is now
better.
a sitting duck without his bodyguard. That was a great shot.
Thank you, Hawkeye.
He gains
Good,
5
buddy.
power from the damage dealt. He is capped out. He also hasn't activated, so he will not be activating at all this round.
Is there anything I need to be afraid of with him when you flip that card over, though?
So his other abilities, he has a kind of a standard strike, range 2, strength 5. He gets
Okay.
power for the damage dealt.
Yep.
His spender, though, is called I Am Groot. Also range 2, strength 8, and costs 6 power. Before damage is dealt, I can throw you medium, and after the attack is resolved, you gain the stagger special condition, which is the one that you lose one of the actions. So that's the big thing to be aware of.
How much power does it cost? 6?
6.
Okay, so it costs a lot, but he's got that now.
Correct. But he does have to be close to you. So, great. That was solid. Really, really well done. He is activated. That was a great activation.
Rocket's still evasive, but...
Still evasive, but can't be bodyguarded anymore. Granted, it's just Black Widow over there, but...
I don't think she's going to be able to knock him down, but...
I mean, he only has 2 physical defense
Okay.
And 3 or 4 health.
and 3 health.
3 health.
Oh, he's very squishy.
Yes. Yep. So, I think for our next activation over here, we are going to be going with Star-Lord. And we are going to try to potentially get some conditions on Thor to
poor
slow
Thor.
him down a little bit. So we're going to use our first action as movement. And then we decide whether we want to use the element gun or the book that he has. I think both of these gents would fall under that line, which they certainly do.
Oh, they definitely do.
So we'll do that.
Alrighty.
So we will start with the attack on Iron Man. So this is strength 6. Oh, wow.
Have fun, buddy.
Okay.
I've only got 3 defense for this.
So that is
Just 100%.
just 100% damage. So that's 6. 6 damage.
Alright, let's see how much I can block with 3. Please don't hate me. Haha.
So you block 1, but you block a second one because of his invincible.
Invincible Iron Man.
So you only take 4 here.
Take 4. That's better than I thought it would be.
Still.
That's still horrendous because he's down to 1 now.
And then we'll see what we can do against Thor. Yeah, big swings with those books. It's all or nothing, apparently.
Yeah.
So let's see what we get on Thor 2. On the Lord of Asgard.
And I have 4 to defend.
You block 1,
Blocked 1, took 1.
so he takes just 1.
Just give me all of the energy.
And then Star-Lord is activated.
Alrighty. So Groot is not having a good time of things, but now he gets all sorts of tankiness and gets to flip his card over next.
Don't forget to put power on everybody that took damage.
Yes.
Yep, I've been
Okay,
keeping
good.
up with that. Did I damage Gamora a whole lot? I've got her done 3. How
Yeah,
much
she's
health
got
does she
2
have?
left. She does have an ability called Martial Prowess. Where,
You're close, right?
yeah, you'd have to be in melee range, but it's a reactive where if she is targeted by an attack within range 2, she can spend 2 power and then roll 5 defense dice instead of her normal defense.
Okay.
If she takes no damage from that attack, she does 2 damage back to the attacker.
Oof, that's pretty beefy.
Is Iron Man within 4 of Gamora? That's my first question for you.
Probably, yes.
I'm looking at that, and I'm looking at some other cockamamie plan.
Star-Lord is also a solid target. Granted, he has 6 health, but he also has a book, which if you dazed him this round would knock it out of his hands, put it into play to be picked up. Iron Man going ape crap, though, using his Friday AI, since he has
Plus-
the power,
Plus homing rockets.
plus homing rockets.
Oh, I didn't even look at the homing rockets. Does not benefit from cover. Before damage is dealt, other enemy characters within 2 of target characters suffer 1 damage. Oh!
Don't think there's anyone within 2 of either of them,
And 2 adds to its attack rolls.
but...
How does throwing work?
So throwing works, you throw characters from the character. So if you throw
Yep.
something short, you put that on them
Mhm.
and point them in a direction and you throw them. If they
Okay.
collide with another character, he takes more damage, and the character that is hit
And if
ends
you're
up
throwing
taking
a
his
car,
damage.
you measure from the guy throwing the car.
Yes.
So, would it possibly be a good idea for Thor to go for Asgard, swat him, and then chuck him at her?
Would be potentially devastating. Yep.
Okay. The only thing is I don't think I have the power for that because I would... Strongest Avenger takes 3 as well. I've
Well,
only got 4.
if you for Asgard, you could roll a wild on the strike, which I believe also has a throw on it.
Okay. Yep, may throw it away S, though.
And you'll get power for striking, right?
So if you do damage with that too, then you'll get some power and potentially be able to...
Would that still be in range S, though?
Short? Potentially not.
Okay.
Well... No.
Oh, that's so close.
It is so close. But you could always throw him into the bush to do 1 automatic damage to him and then use the other thing to actually throw him the rest of the way.
The other thing to do is also focus on Gamora, because she hasn't gone yet.
Okay.
Well, I think that's why he's trying to throw
That's why I was thinking
Star-Lord.
of
You
throwing
could be able to
him.
take them both out with a decent throw.
Oh,
Yeah,
now
it's
I'm
tough.
stuck
Just
between
'cause
that
he's-
and the homing rockets and Friday AI because that sounded really, really nasty too.
Or even, I guess, Repulsor Blast isn't bad either, just
no,
for 0
4
power.
strength.
Because you're going to spend 2 energy to get 6 attack dice versus...
7.
But for what? 4 energy? Or 4
Yeah.
power?
I think I'll just Repulsor Blast. Well, hold on. Let's make sure I'm in range.
You are.
She's 4?
Yep.
I will definitely go for a Friday AI, and I'm going to use Caps a day unlike any other to drop the power cost on that to 2,
Perfect.
and roll 6 dice at her.
Ooh, nice!
3
And
plus a
that's
crit. 4.
4. That could do it, folks. Alright. And you did get the wild for the push
Yep.
as well.
Push her away. S.
So whether this takes her down or not, at least you push her farther away from being able to counter back.
If you want...
Which is the other scary thing with her, because
You have to push, though.
Is it a half?
It says,
Oh,
before damage dealt, this character pushes the character target away small.
Gotcha. So the good news is if you do knock her out with this, you push her before damage is dealt. Because once
so
they're
she still
dazed,
gets moved.
yes. Because once they're
Okay.
dazed, you can't push them or throw them.
Oh, okay.
So see what we get. We block 1 out of. You did
4.
4.
4.
Take 3.
Take 3. She's dazed,
She's dazed now?
And
Yep.
you want to push her
Awesome.
back.
and you can totally push her
Smash.
short.
Oh, I was just going to say push her straight back then.
Yeah, I can.
Actually. Well, would it have to be straight back from him? Or could we...
Pretty close.
Yeah, you can do that. So it's that V thing. So you can push
Yeah.
her in any way that
The
is
best,
within
and
that
then,
V.
you know, strategically speaking, the best thing to do is to get her off the objective completely.
Oh, she's dazed too, so pushing her into the building wouldn't do a whole lot right now, would it?
Right.
Right.
Yeah, let's just...
And pushing doesn't
kick
deal
her.
damage anyways.
Let's just kick her straight back. Oh, it's just throwing?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Ah, this thing's kicking my butt. There we go.
Solid.
Awesome.
Here's another thing we forgot. Anyone that was contesting a serum canister got an extra power
Oh,
during the power phase. Or during the cleanup phase. So for me, that was Gamora, Rocket, and Groot. For you, it was Black Widow, Hawkeye, Thor, and Iron Man.
So,
Oh, I've got considerably more energy than I thought I did.
and Iron Man also dealt 3 damage, so he gets 3 power.
You get...
Yes.
because that was his...
His Repulsor Blast. And he still has another activation.
Oh my lord. Wow, I see what his role is now.
Yeah.
Not being the leader of the Avengers.
No.
That's true, unfortunately.
His role is launching all sorts of horrendous things at people.
Does the Hulkbuster Iron Man,
It is.
Does
It's
he
an
get-
affiliation
does
leader.
he get a leader thing
Yep.
finally?
It's actually pretty cool. He sends out parts of his armor to prevent people from colliding with stuff.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
That's
I forget
awesome.
exactly what it does. It either prevents collisions or they can only take a maximum of 1 damage from collisions or something along those lines.
For the Hulkbuster one?
Yeah.
That's because it's probably dealing with Hulk. Or intended
Yeah.
to.
Yep.
That's kind of cool.
I like the way they described it as him sending out like his fist or whatever to catch like an ally before it collides with something, like to
like,
soften the blow. Yeah.
Now, does his hit fist detach for that? Is it long range, or...
It is. So, yeah, he has pretty much the go-to-sleep move, too, where he can do it from range 3 away of just punching someone to sleep.
That's amazing. Alright. I think my other best bet is just going to be blast him with Mr. Iron. Well,
Yeah,
I could
Iron
do
Man's
that,
a-
or I could shuffle over a little bit.
I think blasting him's certainly the way to go. You
I
don't
think so.
want both of them there to secure that, so Thor will probably be moving off to go do something else, or to pick up this, or to blow up other people in the middle, so leaving him on the point that you know is going to give you victory points
Good idea.
at the end of the day is, in fact, the thing to do.
Where did I get these guys from? I think I got them from him.
Or
And
-1 collision damage.
I think I'll do the Friday AI on that, too, and blast him with... What are his defenses?
3s across the
Across
board.
the board? Alright, yeah. I will use 3 energy and do a repulsor blast on... What is his name?
Star-Lord.
Mr.
With
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord, man!
With Friday AI?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's not near as good.
There's a crit in there, though.
3 plus a crit.
Alright.
Well, I did 4 last time, so that's not much worse.
So 3, and you had a wild in there, so you will get the push. He blocks 1, 1. So he'll take 2.
Alrighty.
And you can push him.
I'm just gonna push him straight into the bush.
Sure.
There you go, buddy. Alright, and that spells it for Mr. Iron Man.
Great activation for Iron Man. Okay.
I really like that Friday AI.
So, yeah. So my options are pretty limited here. I got
That's
Star-Lord
just
and
getting
Nebula
better, right?
gone, Groot and Gamora are dazed, so I only can choose Rocket or Drax. So I think
Is Rex on the board? I don't see him.
he's very
He's
still.
staying still.
So I think we will send him after Cap.
Oh boy, good luck, Cap.
Maybe we're in range 2? I think we are. Oh, yeah. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Let's use a very important attack that Drax has that is appropriately named. It's just called Blades.
Blades!
So this is a Strength 5 physical attack.
Okay.
I gain power equal to the damage dealt. If you have the bleed condition, I can re-roll 2 attack dice, but you don't have the bleed condition.
Thank goodness.
But I will add the bleed condition if I roll a wild.
Oh boy.
So 3.
Speak of the wild, and it shall appear.
So we get the bleed, and we do 3 damage physical. This is a new turn, though, so your affiliation ability re-kicks in if you did want to reduce the cost of...
Yeah. Oh, it's a new turn. It counts for this one, too?
Yeah, so you can use
Oh.
it once per turn. So now that it's my turn, or Drax's turn, you can
Oh, I am
use that affiliation ability again.
Absolutely doing
Clear
that.
language would be
Roll.
once per activation.
What's that? Yeah.
Each turn you may reduce the cost of the first superpower used by each allied character. Okay. I didn't quite understand. Yeah, I will totally use the Vibram Shield and try to block all of this. And a crit.
Okay, so you do take 2,
Yep.
and the bleed damage, or not, you don't take the bleed yet, but
Oh.
You don't get covered because Tim is within 2 of you anyways.
And he is... That puts him at 5 damage taken, so he's dazed.
oh yes,
Which means he drops the book, yeah?
yes, yep.
Where do
So-
you want to put that?
Can drop it anywhere within 2. Drax already has one. Nebula can't pick it up. Star-Lord already has one. So I think we drop it closer to Rocket and Groot. So we'll drop it here-ish.
You want me to pop this under it quick?
Nah, I think that's... You just
Okay.
have to be within 1. If that terrain wasn't there, yes. But I don't want to have to try to pick up the donut and stuff and fit it under.
Okay. Yep, no.
So he did 2 damage at the end of the day, right? That's what you had left?
Yep.
So he gains 2 power. Is there anything else he can do with that power right now?
Don't forget to get power for the damage you took.
Yep.
Okay, he is
Got
activated.
those. Cap, you're just having a bad day, buddy. Oh, well.
At least the bleed doesn't really matter, because when you flip, once you're dazed, you lose all special conditions as well. And you are up.
Black Widow's movement is long. Do I want to try to beat Rocket down, or do I want to go grab that book?
It's a good question. So, the book is probably too far away for Thor to get. But
It's
if you
definitely
beat
too
up
far for
Rocket
him.
here, he won't be able to... If you daze
Or-
him, he won't have an activation.
Or can you pick up the book and beam Nebula and
That's what I
Drax?
was thinking.
Oh,
See if
yeah.
I could beam a couple of people.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know where I would have to stand for that, though, because I don't know if I can get that over both their bases
Yeah.
from
Yes.
anything other than...
Does it ignore line of sight? Because you get the right angle by the car, like closer to Cap.
It doesn't ignore line of sight.
Oh, the car's only 2, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Would I be in range to grab it standing on the trunk of the car?
So if you get to that position.
Easy peasy. And that's still in range to grab it, too, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you want to go to the end of that stick because you want to grab,
Yep.
and you'll have cover from our farther attack potentially.
Yeah. And that puts you at the other side of Rocket, who's the only other one who can go this round, so you know he's got to at least move once
To blaster.
to Blaster.
So you spend 1 to pick up the book.
Yep, and then I'm going to fire away on that book.
And you're also outside of range 3, so I can't booby trap you either. That was a solid placement choice.
Thank you for your help. I'll go for Nebula first with that.
Okay.
And that's what, 6?
Yeah.
6 energy. Oh my lord. Please don't hate me.
Oh, there
Oh
you
my
go.
gosh, there we go.
Oh, there you go. All right, so we got 5
That's 5.
energy successes. If 3 go through, she's dazed.
Oh wait, Nebula.
She has 3 energy defense and then 1 reroll from cybernetic enhancements, which she will very much use here, though I don't believe it matters. So we do block 2, but we still take 4, right?
3
5.
was
Still
5.
take 3. Still, that knocks her out. She only has 4 health. So she is dazed. She gains 3 power from that. Because that's all that she could take. And she's now dazed as well.
Oh, is that what the dace thing is?
Yeah.
Cap needs one of those. And he's bleeding. Poor Cap.
Solid.
Alright, now rolling on Mr. I can't see you, but I know you're there. Oh,
Ooh, okay.
no, I rolled too many dice.
Gotcha. That's fine. Just
I mean, he rolled a crit, so it works.
Okay, so
Yeah.
just leave it.
yeah, actually, because of the crit, that kind of washes. That,
4.
4. So Drax has 3 energy defense. Thankfully, he also has I can take it, which is an invulnerability where he reduces damage by 1 to a minimum of 1. Which is good because he just took 4 and turns it into 3. Very well done.
Note to self, Black Widow likes the book a lot better than Cap does.
Oh yeah, yeah. Solid, solid turn. All right.
Okay, and that spells her being done. I'll put this on the trunk for her.
Okay. So
My lord.
is Hawkeye within range 5 of Rocket? He is.
Yes, because he's been trying to shoot him.
So let's just try to shoot at Hawkeye.
Oh boy.
So this is a plasma rifle. It's range 5, strength 5.
You could fast draw, right?
You could fast draw.
I was
here.
just thinking about that.
It's
and
a new
I have
turn,
the
so it
energy.
costs 1 less.
If the attacker's not within 3, you may use his superpower. Oh, absolutely gonna do that.
Is trick shot only 1 too?
Trick shot is only 1.
So you could do both.
I can do that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do that then. And what is... He's 2s across the board?
Yeah.
Alright,
Yep.
so it really doesn't matter. Does he have anything fancy that protects him against either type?
Nope.
Alright, so yeah, I will absolutely do Fast Draw and Trick Shot and try not to eat a rocket to the face. And I will
Alright.
almost
two.
kind of with it.
So here's the thing, is had you not ignored the cover, you knew automatically, potentially, unless I rolled 2 skulls, that I could block one of them. But because you trick shot, it's now completely on me to survive this.
Okay.
I think, right? Or no, I'm this. Nope, sorry. I'm an idiot. I have more than 2 health. But you still get a condition on there.
Yep, that's what I'm looking at.
He has
Shock, silver,
2
poison.
defense. He blocks one of them. So he does take 1.
And you gain 1 for Hawkeye.
And then you can put a special condition on him.
I recommend Shock to give him 1 less attack dice.
I like that idea
Shock
because
is
I don't
a
know how
great
much
call.
damage he does, but he's got a little rocket launcher and that's scary.
So that's really good because it would have been a strength 5 energy attack, which is, I believe, Hawkeye's weak defense.
Yep.
So that turns that to a 4, which gives you much better odds. So he takes that shot back to the face, he takes the damage, gains the power, and then he shoots for 1.
You get
Alright,
2
so
defense
I get 2
dice.
defense.
He doesn't block it, but still, it's only 1.
So I eat 1 damage on him and gain 1 power, yeah?
And I gain 1 power from the damage dealt. That is my last activation. Because
That was
everyone else...
Both of his activations?
Nope, you're right. Thank you. So he'll fire a second time,
Oh god.
except this time...
Now, can you use Fast Draw twice?
Probably.
I think so. It doesn't say you can't.
Doesn't.
So if you have 2 power, you could
I'll do
Fast
this
Draw.
Did you get 1 damage back just to get it? Yeah.
Yes,
Send
I'll
it
fast
out.
draw again.
Can't ignore cover this time, but
Yeah.
That's okay.
Oh, who needs to
That's
ignore
way
cover?
better.
Woo! All right, and the
And
wild.
effect.
5 damage against 2 dice. All right, I gotta roll some crits and then some more defense. We can do this. We got this. Okay, there's the crit. So there's an extra die. Oh, and then we can change 1 with cover to a block. So I block 3 out of the 5 and still daze. It was a valiant effort, though.
it was 1 damage dealt. Went through?
2. Because you
2
did
more
5,
damage.
right?
Well, how much health does he have left?
I have 2 health left.
Okay. So then you gain 2 power for that as well.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Whew. I love that he was so close to potentially living through that, but well done.
I was kind of scared for Hawkeye there when you said you were going to take a second shot.
So he is dazed as well. Dude, well done.
Holy cow. I feel like all of that power is going to swat me in the face here soon.
So
though.
that is the thing I do like about this game, is that like if you do get hammered the next time you're coming back really angry,
And you can hammer back.
the way to prevent that is stun. Because you
I don't
only
think I
gain 1
have
power.
anyone with a stun.
Probably not. But you still have Thor left.
Got a
I
thunder.
still have Thor, don't I?
Now, the ideal play here is to charge Star-Lord, take his thing by dazing him, and then hop on to the other objective by Gamora.
You could definitely throw, like if you get
him
the
into
wild.
Drax.
Yeah.
So would it be worth doing it for Asgard on him then?
I mean, I'd send.
Does that be a move and an attack?
Yeah, personally I
One.
would.
Yeah, you want to add for Asgard.
I can drop the cost because it's his first time going this turn, yeah?
Mhm.
So we're going to pay 2 power and pay diddle our way into Mr. Star-Lord over here.
So you want to position yourself closer to that blue objective if you can, so you can like easily move onto it after you attack him.
Yeah,
I'm
so yeah.
in range 2 of him to swat him with a strike, so
Yep.
going a little bit more this way.
And then, do you want to show him real quick, Tim, how you can end your movement with those movement sticks?
Yeah, so you can end your movement just touching it in any way, shape, or form. So if you wanted to be here and just kind of touching the corner, that's legal.
Yep.
You don't have to necessarily rest it in the center there, but
Okay.
it's Shit, sorry.
No, you're
I'll
good.
move everything.
He's good where he is. He can still swap him for the strike, which is how much damage? 6?
Jesus. 6. And you're hunting for that wild.
Absolutely hunting for that wild.
Nuts.
And I hit him for 1.
Nuts. Okay.
That was...
That is one of the more common things to happen on this channel is whenever you spend on that big thing, it's
just... Nope.
It's a whiffer. Alright, so
he's got that first book.
He's got 3 defense here. He blocks the 1.
Okay.
Blocks the 1. How does do you have to do damage to get the stagger?
You do.
You do.
The next question is, how much power do you have left? 3?
3.
So you could use Strongest Avenger.
That's kind of what I was thinking about, and huck him into someone.
This character immediately makes... choose an interactive terrain feature for an enemy character, both size 4 or less, within 2, and throw it medium.
How much power do you have left?
I've got 3. I could do it, but...
The throw's 2 or 3?
The throw is 3.
Throw is 3.
So here's the other option.
I kind of want to huck a hammer at someone, though.
You could strike him again. Hope that you get some damage
because the throw is a free action, right?
The throw is, it does not count as an action. So if you hit him, potentially daze him. If you don't, then you could throw him or something at him. And you might get the throw on the strike anyway. The play here is that you can move here and get this guaranteed.
Yep.
Or you can try to take him out, get his book, deny me 1 while gaining 1, and potentially throwing him and doing more damage.
And how much health is he on?
Him? He has 4 left.
He has 4 left.
So with a throw, you know you're doing 1 automatic damage from him colliding with something. So you only have to do 3. But we also just saw a 6 strength attack do nothing.
Yeah.
So it's a gamble. The alternative thing you could do is you could throw the bush at him first. See if it weakens him. But
I mean, the throw's a free action, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll throw the bush at him at the very least. How would I go about that one?
So it's 3 power.
Yep.
Okay.
3 power, it's a boon range 2, so effectively it goes above his head, and then you throw it medium directly at him. This gets destroyed.
Okay.
And because the bush is size 2, it deals 3 damage to Star-Lord. And Star-Lord gets to make a physical... Nope, you don't have to
Yep,
roll
you
any.
don't have to roll.
It's just automatic?
It's just automatic.
Oh, nice.
So,
And Tim gets to do a dodge roll.
and then I make a dodge with my physical defense, and I block 1 of it, so 2 goes through. So he is now at 4 of 6 damage, and he gains 2 power.
So it might be worth smacking him then.
So yeah, now your thing is, do you smack him and potentially deny him a point and potentially pick up the thing, or do you move over for a free point for the formula?
And then you'll go first. After this, you'll go first, and all your people will be able to go, right?
Yeah.
The other hidden information, though, is that if you move up to the formula, you get an additional power.
Yep. So
for
that would
next
be
turn.
3
Yeah.
on Thor. That's
Personally,
going to put me closer to Gamora, and she's scary.
I think you go and try to down Star-Lord, hopefully get the wild, and then do more damage to Drax by throwing him into him,
Let's go with
and then
that
pick up
idea.
the book, but it's also not guaranteed.
And getting
Well-
Star-Lord away from Iron Man at this point in the game is good, because he has 1 health left.
Yeah, that might be...
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'll go with that one then. That sounds like the smarter idea. So we're going to swap at Mr. Star-Lord with Thor for 6 physical. And roll 2. Ugh.
Okay.
No throw.
No throw. I mean, you got to take risks once in a while.
Right.
Not...
It's, we regularly say on here, you gotta go big or go home. Wow. Alright.
Total whiff. Good job, Thor.
Huh. You gotta understand, this is not normally how this goes. I'm not normally able to roll this well. But, okay. So we go into cleanup phase. I am holding, or you have priority this round. So we score yours first, in which you score 2.
Got 1 book and 2 of them guys, so that's 3.
Yep. So that brings us.
Red Cap's book. He dropped the book, and then Black Widow picked it back up. That's what it was.
Yes. So you score 3.
Oh.
I am only holding 1 of the... No, I'm not. I'm not holding either because they're both dazed.
Yep.
So I only score 2 for the books, which makes us tied up at 6-6.
Hey!
Going into round 3.
And so you're going to flip Captain's card.
Yep. And I take all these guys off?
Yep, you take off his Daze token and his Bleed token, but you keep your power on.
Alright, so I get to keep his power, and I get to do this all day.
Meanwhile, I am flipping Gamora. I am flipping Rocket. I am flipping Groot. I am flipping Nebula. So you have a lot of unhealthy targets.
Got a lot of unhealthy... How many of them got a new ability that's going to make me want to cry because I flipped them so early?
None of them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I feel lucky. It's not Iron Man.
I thought that ability tweaking was more common than it was. Turns out
it's pretty rare.
It's pretty rare.
And most of them are on in the core box on the Avengers. Okay. So, whew. So the other cool thing to remember now too is when you are contesting any of these secure points, you have to have more healthy characters than the opponent.
Yep.
So even if I have Rocket and Groot on this one, a single healthy character counts that for your team instead of mine.
Okay.
During the cleanup phase, we also get some extra power for every one of these we're holding. So Hawkeye and Iron Man get an extra power. Groot and Rocket get extra power.
I forgot about the power phase.
And then the power phase as well. There's also a cap. You can never have any more than 10 power.
Okay.
So, for instance, with Groot, took a bunch of damage, got a bunch of power, but he's not even getting anything in the power phase because he's already capped out.
Okay. That makes sense. I didn't know about that, so there's a new one for him too.
Kind of making some change here. There we go. 1 and 1. Cool. Alright, round 3. Priority has changed hands. So many tokens to clear. And... Alright, I think I'm good.
Where are you starting?
I have no idea. No idea. Cap is no longer holding anything, and he's near impossible to kill at this point. So, I'm definitely not attacking him. Iron Man only has 1 health left.
Yes.
So I think that's where I'm starting. And I'm going to go with Star-Lord. Because Star-Lord only has 2 health left, so the chances of him getting dazed are pretty high. So I'm going to get him out of the way just so he at least gets a turn.
That's never something I would have thought of, so that's a good idea.
We will use Element Gun on Iron Man.
Okay.
And hope to get 1 damage to. So this is range 4, strength 5, energy attack. We roll 2 successes.
I've got 3 energy defense.
And you block it.
I have to roll it.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, block even more of it.
Ah.
So you blocked 3 out of the 2. Good job. He's
Huzzah!
still up. All right. So you know what? We can't let that happen again. We are gonna full auto. So this will be 3 power that I spent. Strength 7. And for each wild, I can add one of the following special conditions: bleed, shock, slow, or stun.
He's like a
Potential-
nastier Hawkeye.
Potentially a little overkill here.
5 successes.
5 with 2 wilds.
Yikes, and I've got 3 to defend against this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's roll some crits. Nope.
All right. So oddly enough, you still block 3 of it with the Invincible, but
Yeah,
he
but
does
he's
take
taking
that
a
1.
nap. Iron Man is certainly dazed.
And I really wanted to do that in 1 attack, so Star-Lord
Have
get
a
away
nap,
from
buddy.
Thor's face, which did not happen, but we'll take it. Iron Man is down. That's the end of Star-Lord's activation, and you are up.
Alrighty.
So a couple like tactical things. The idea is like the easy thing is like, all right, throw Thor into Star-Lord, but Star-Lord's already gone, so that's not changing anytime soon.
Yeah, that's not going to help me as much.
Yeah, so attacking him kind of moves down the priority, because you can do it at any time.
I do like the throwing the book at Drax and Gamora with Black Widow though.
I was thinking about doing that or trying to blast these guys with it.
Ooh. Yeah.
That's the other thing I was thinking.
You can't see through the donut, though, because it's size 3 and you're only size 2, I believe.
Correct. So you do need line of sight for it, but...
Yeah. So I would have to run back. But if I put her on here, I can reposition him.
Correct.
That might not be a bad idea.
Because how much health does Nebula have on this side, and how much does Drax have left?
So Nebula actually does go up here in health. She goes from 4 to 5. Drax has 3 left on this side.
Drax does damage.
Drax does damage.
Has a book.
And he has a book.
Okay. The book just decided it. I am going to blast through these two again with my book.
Okay.
We'll target little assassin man over there first. Nebula.
He is oh, okay.
Because he scares me. I don't know. That book just...
Ooh, okay.
There's 3 plus a wild. 4.
So 4. This... Okay, so it can't kill her, but, I mean... That's probably gonna do some damage. Yeah, she takes 3. Oof. Oh wait, I can reroll one of those. Okay, so she only takes 2. But still. She doesn't gain any power from it because she's already capped.
She's got, what, 3 left?
She's got 3 left, yep.
Don't forget to roll your 6 on Drax first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just trying out ahead. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, and then rolling 6 on Drax. 1.
Oof. Alright.
Magic is finicky.
And he blocks it. So now, you can kind of... So, she does have that other attack, potentially. I think it's range 2, so you might only be able to target Drax. Or everyone might be out of range of it. I don't know.
I also like his idea of
technique.
just making her run back.
Well, I was thinking, yeah, he's in range. So, if you do the mixed technique, it staggers him. So he's going to get 1 less action. And then you might get the wild to get elusive, which you'd then be able to move short back onto the point. Huge risk, huge reward.
I mean, her staying there is not terrible because you have capped a bodyguard.
Oh, that's true.
I didn't think of that.
But moving her back really lets you, like...
That'll let me get Hawkeye out of scary, scary range.
Well, Hawkeye could, like, actually go to that point and hold it. If he doesn't die, you win the point because you're healthy and they're not.
Oh.
I'm not so, like, after seeing the trick shot thing or the counterattack on Rocket, I'm kind of terrified of attacking Hawkeye a little bit.
Understandable.
Because it could just straight up kill Rocket before he even pulls the trigger, but yeah, you got a lot of neat options with her still.
That one's
You could also just try and pistol...
I was thinking
Nebula.
about just shooting Nebula, too. That was my first thought.
Because she has, what, 3 left?
She has 3 left.
What's her physical defense?
3.
That's strength 4, so the odds of putting her down are not good,
That's
but...
stellar, but...
Nebula scares the bejeebers out of me with the damage potential against people with books. Not that I have many of them.
I think the mixed technique is the way to go personally. Ruin an activation, potentially do more, and potentially
And
get
Drax
away.
hasn't gone yet.
Right.
Yeah, and it only costs...
1 if you use...
It's an attack, not a superpower.
Oh, it's an attack, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll try mixed technique. What could go wrong? And, like you said, Cap's right there to bodyguard.
Raven's Guard says, "Ugh, wild fishing." I'm with you there, Raven's Guard. Not my...
That's fair.
not my call. One of the guys in chat is picking on Tim for wild fishing, which you're trying to look for wilds when you're rolling dice.
Oh, okay.
I am often the person that's like, if I roll a wild, it'll all work out.
I mean,
Or it'll be really bad.
Even if it doesn't...
You got Cap to bodyguard, though.
I've got Cap to bodyguarder, and Groot can't reach him.
Correct.
And if he does, I can just pop away. Yeah, I might as well.
There's the wild.
Hey, there's the wild.
That's kind of all you needed to...
Damage after this attack is resolved. Yeah, it's the stagger. After this attack is resolved, I can still move, so all good.
I mean, you do get staggered.
Yeah, and it's not if damage goes through, right?
Right,
It's
yeah.
Like, it just happens. Yeah, so it works
If
out.
the attack deals damage, after it's resolved, the target gains the stagger special condition.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
gotcha. So the benefit to you here, at least, is his invulnerability doesn't help me here.
Really?
Because it reduces it to a minimum of 1, and he only
Okay.
did 1. So it all depends on if I roll any successes here, which I do.
Yeah, you definitely do. But
Still, you get the movement.
she can still skitter small.
Mhm. So really no different
Pop her right there.
than just moving over there, except you're a little power down, but not worse for wear, at least.
Yeah, and she's not wounded or anything. She's just...
Okay.
I just wish I would have just shot that. No, but whatever. It's all good.
So, I think we go Gamora.
Oh boy.
And
Have fun, Thor.
you know, unfortunately, Cosmic Assassin just isn't stellar against a single character. So maybe we don't go him and power him up. So he already has a lot of power.
He has
No, he
two.
only has 2.
Thor only has 2 right now.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to give him any. So I think we'll go with Drax. And we will try to put some work in on Cap. So we are going to go with Drax. We're going to use Titan Killer. And what that does is it's a Strength 3 physical attack, but it adds 1 die to the attack roll for every damage that it's on this character. He currently has 3 damage, so this would be a Strength 6 attack.
Okay.
And on a wild, I can throw you short. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
I'm
6.
absolutely going to use my fancy schmancy shield
Oh,
for this
yeah.
one at the cost of 1 power, because why would I not?
So we got 6. Alright, then it's certainly the time to use that Vibranium Shield.
Yeah.
So
Got
that's
5.
Changes, alright?
5 damage. Yeah, is it both? No, I think I can do this all day on top of it, right?
Oh, yeah, he gets
Yeah,
both.
that's
Okay,
just
yeah.
passive.
So we did 5 here, we got the wild for the throw, and we are going against 6 defense where blanks count.
Yes. Not a single blank, but I did get a crit.
There you
Hey,
go.
there's the blank.
Hey, you block it all!
Blocked 5.
Wow! Well done!
Thank you, Cap.
Before damage is dealt, though,
He goes flying.
if the target is 4 or less, this character may throw the target character away.
He's
short.
5.
What's that?
He's 5.
That's true.
He's in a car. Right, size 5?
4.
Cap's
he's
size
2.
5.
He's 2,
Oh,
the
okay.
car's 2.
Okay, right.
Oh, yeah.
So if I throw him at all, does he just hit the car?
No, you ignore the train you're on.
I ignore the train.
So you're throwing me
I-
over the car.
I guess so. That's kind of dumb. I don't like that. Is it a May? May throw the character. Alright, so we're not going to throw him. Because I want him there to attack again. And let's do the Destroyer. So we are going to spend 3 on the Destroyer to pick up an enemy or terrain feature within range 2 that is size 3 or less, and then throw it short. So we're going to pick up the car that you're on and hit you with it.
Okay. You're smacking me with the car.
So you will now make a dodge roll against 3 damage.
Against 3.
So it's 3 damage, but you roll your full physical defense.
Oh. Okay, so 4.
Did it all go through?
Wow. It's not an attack, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Cap, you are no longer having a great day, are you, buddy?
Okay. I mean, you gain power for that at least.
Oh, no. I don't like gaining power that way.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, that's annoying.
So, Let's go with Blades. He doesn't have enough power for one of the special attacks, so let's just try to do that last bit of damage with a regular old attack.
Absolutely using my shield.
Yeah. 4. Wow. 4, and we got the wild for the bleed.
Oh, poor Cap. Dumb.
So you block 3.
Yeah,
Just blanks
block 3.
So you only take 1 damage and the bleed condition.
Well, he's gonna drop next round then.
So on your turn, you can use an action to shake.
And I can shake that blade?
Yep, you can get rid of any special condition with shake.
Alrighty. Poor Cap.
Okay.
Self-Drax is scarier than I thought.
Yeah, I mean, all the damage going through on the throw is rare, but wow.
Ugh.
All
that was
right.
obnoxious. Don't stand on cars anymore.
So going with Cap certainly isn't a bad idea here.
That's what I was thinking. I definitely want to shake the. I want to shake the blade.
He only has 1 health left.
He's only got 1. I don't think it's worth it.
Yes.
This is. Yeah.
So shaking is definitely worth it. The question is, do you want to move and run away and shake, or do you want to attack and shake?
You could use Shield Slam.
That's what I was thinking.
That's what I would do, personally.
Just swat him right back.
Use Shield Slam, hit him back, and potentially throw him into Nebula and take her out too. Then use your other action to just boot scoot and get out away, or shake the bleed.
Yep, that's what we're gonna do then. Shield Slam and.
You get to reduce it by 1, or that's an attack. So
It's
you
an
don't.
attack.
So strength of 6. And like you said, smack him and send him right into Nebula.
Yeah.
There you
Oh,
go.
Lord.
Yep.
There's 5.
There's 5.
Does he get a throw for each wild?
No.
I don't even need a wild.
Oh, he blocks none of it. Okay. So, yeah, he dazes. I believe the throw happens before damage is dealt, though, right? So that means you can still throw
If
him.
the target character is size 2 or less after this attack is resolved, it may be thrown.
Ah, nuts. So you don't get the throw then. But still, he's dazed and he drops this. That's a shame.
So you can pick that up and run away.
This here and just
pick it up and shake?
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Do I want to pick it up and shake, or do I want to
Oh, yeah,
pick
pick
it
up-
up and try blasting?
You want to shake because
Yeah, I
you're
definitely want to
you'll
shake and
die
keep
if you
him
don't.
alive. And bloop. There you go, Mr. Cat. We
Or
have his
is
book back.
picking it up not important because Nebula will attack him and get rerolls?
Oh,
Hmm.
I already said I'd pick it up. Do you want?
You
So,
can take it back, that's fine.
I would absolutely like to take backsies that, but
Like a
I would
Hawkeye
put
could
it
grab
over.
it. So, yeah, so anywhere within range 2 of him, so you could move it close to there, you can move it close to Thor.
I was thinking over here someplace.
I like the idea of putting it close to Hawkeye because he can hook shot.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking. Boop. Okay, there you go.
Okay. So,
There's definitely a lot
And
more
Nebula
going
can't pick
on
it
in
up.
here.
and Nebula can't pick it up. So I think that we go with... This is rough. I think we go with Gamora. We're going to move on to this point, tiptoe in, and be within range of Thor. And we are just going to...
Well, Mr. Kama hit Thor once with a normal attack.
Oh, shoot. You're right. I should have Assassin Leaped. I'll Assassin Leap now. So we will spend 2 power.
You've let me take backsies. You can take backsies and jump on it if you want to.
I was going to do this either way, and the chances of me doing damage with this are better than, I think, the other one.
Okay.
So we're going to Assassin's Leap, which is throwing ourselves short.
Okay.
So we will throw ourselves into Thor. So he takes a collision from Gamora. She doesn't suffer damage from the collision, but you will suffer 3 damage.
And I've got 4 to defend that with, and I whiff it again. So note to self, clobbering Tyler's characters is the way to do things.
So yeah, so you take just 3 flat damage.
And I don't get any power from it?
You do.
You do.
Oh, thank goodness. That almost makes it worth it.
And then we will use the amicably named Godslayer attack,
Huh, ironic.
which is her builder, but it costs nothing. Is 6 strength, and she benefits from the deadliest woman in the galaxy. When this character makes an attack, it may change one die result to a hit for each wild that she rolls.
Have a good nap, Thor.
Let's see what we get. Wow!
Get your crit.
So we get the crit, and then for each wild, we can turn something into a hit. We can't change the skull.
So that's
6.
That's 6. Gosh.
And I've got 2 health left, and I've got 4 die to block this.
Man, you're loving those skulls.
Oh, the skulls are so nice. Okay, so yeah, he's taking a nap.
Wow.
That was how much damage?
It was
4 went through?
yeah.
How much health do you have left?
So yeah, so you
two
only gain,
went through.
So 2 go through. So I only gain 2 power, which puts her back at cap. She's activated. She's not on the point though.
And Thor
Thor's
is taking a nap for a minute. He party hardied too hard.
Wow, I did not expect that. But I'll
Yeah,
take
neither
it.
did I.
Now,
Oh,
Tim has 3 characters left, and you have 1. So you
Yes.
can do what they call pass if you wanted to.
Yes. So if you wanted to pass, you can pass as long as you have fewer characters left to go than your opponent.
okay. I think that would be my best move right now because all I've got left is Mr. Hawkeye. And
Okay.
everyone else is taking naps. Or, oh, hold on. Forgot that.
So we have Rocket, Drax, and Groot. So
And Nebula.
And Nebula. Oh yeah, so not Drax. Sorry, Nebula, Groot, and Rocket. So let's start with Nebula. Let's go with some blaster pistols at cap.
That cap.
Yep.
Alright, and is that an attack?
It is. Yep.
You
So,
use your
You want to use your
defense.
thing there?
What strength is it? I mean, I may as well, yeah.
Yeah, you might as well.
You have enough to do it twice, so
Yeah.
you might as well. It only costs 1. The first one did.
Alright. Oh, yeah, because new turn.
2.
2.
Oh, you're golden.
Yeah, I'm good without it. But I already used it, so.
She gains a power. Oh, she's already at cap. Never mind. Let's do it again. Wow, much better.
Yikes.
4.
Always using that shield. And
Yeah,
That's
so
a
roll the
crit.
crit.
Boop.
You block 4. Block it all.
awesome, awesome.
Well done.
Thank you, Cap, for your shield and your I can do this all day.
Breaking Guard
That
redeems some
saved
power
me.
for Cap.
So one of the viewers just gave Cap 3 more power as well.
Oh, thank you. You guys are wonderful.
Perfect.
Cool. Cap is just going to be that little rock in the middle.
You know, it wasn't looking like Cap could do that all day, but
I guess
He
he's
finally-
not lying.
he finally decided to get around to it.
He decided he wanted to take
Oh.
things that aren't cars to the face a little bit better.
All right,
Oh.
so it is your go again. You can pass one more time.
You've got what? Groot and your little wreck.
Groot and Rocket.
Can Rocket ignore line of sight with any of his decks?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Captain's kind of safe there in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Cap's kind of safe. You're kind of scared of shooting Hawkeye.
Accurate.
Yeah, I'll pass for another one. And Black Widow, you've got to be within 3. So yeah, I'll pass for
All right, so
another round.
we'll activate Groot. We will move Groot up,
Oh no.
and we will attempt to make a strike at Black Widow.
Okie dokie.
Because I don't think I'm going to get the damage through on Cap, and she has a book. So, this is a physical strike, strength 5, against Black Widow. For 2 damage.
And it's physical?
It is physical.
Alrighty. Let's see how this goes.
Oof.
Blocked
Alright.
the 1.
So she just takes 1.
And you can also counter strike with her.
That's what I was just looking at, cause... yeah, I might as well, because it costs 1, right?
Yeah, it
Yep.
costs 1 less
First.
because of the thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So you
I'll
just
do
flat
that.
roll 4 dice for each crit and wild, it does a damage. So just
Well, there's a wild, so...
1 damage goes back.
That's
Nice. Oh yeah, actually. Okay. You're up.
So, being as Mr. Groot is not right on top of Rocket, I am absolutely going to use a trick shot for 1 power and try to shoot Rocket. Actually, Yep, fast draw is that defensive one. So that's 5. And I'm going for energy because they're the same,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Yep.
Oh,
All right.
and I've got a crit, so there's 4.
4, huh? Okay. So I have to block 2 here to stay alive. I can't use cover because you trick shotted. So these have both got to be successes. Oh, and we get the skull. So even if I had cover, it wouldn't have helped me here. He takes 3, and he is dead.
Oh, he's dead?
Dead.
Dead.
Great shot. You still have another activation. Or another action.
And how much power did I get from that? 'Cause it was
3.
an arrow shot? 3. Boop. And is Nebula's not in range.
What's your movement range?
He's got a medium, but he's also got hook shot, so I can move a range of 3 with that at
Oh,
the
and it's a
cost of
place.
2 power.
So because it's a place, it ignores terrain. So you could move here, pick that up, and then hook arrow right over that terrain onto that point.
Because he has medium movement.
Yeah.
So if you can move like on the far side of Groot potentially, because you can go like right over a lot of them.
Yeah.
So here's the range of the hook shot.
You'd
have to be like right on Groot, kind of.
Yeah, it'd have to be on top of him almost. That wouldn't be a bad idea. That'd be 2 points.
Yeah.
And then I would go first next turn. Next round.
No,
Or
because
you go first?
I'll go first because Rocket is dead. So that was going to be my last activation.
Okay.
Oops. Sorry.
You wouldn't be able to get him. You're not gonna want to shoot him.
What's the
You
hook
might
shot?
come stab
Hook
the
shots
Jesus out of him.
range
2.
3.
Yeah.
Can you hook shot past him and then move around?
Well, I'm kind of scared
No.
of him getting ganked by Nebula as soon as he steps on that because he's very squishy.
Oh, you're saying like go kind of right past Groot with the hook shot
Yeah.
and then move medium? I think that would work. Oh, for sure.
Oh. That would only cost me 2 power because trick shot's only 1.
Yeah, you can go right over Groot with it, land on the other side, close enough to pick up the... to be within one of this, and then to just move over. Because you actually can be a lot further away, because any part of the base could be on here.
Yeah, because this is mostly objective based. So yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah.
So hop over there, spend the power for each of those, and then bop right there.
Yep.
And okay.
A beautiful play. And he is activated.
Thank you guys for the advice.
Absolutely.
And get your singing voices ready.
Tim Sing as Groot. Alright, we'll figure it out. But I have so much to explain here. So we go into the cleanup phase. I am Groot.
Aren't you just supposed to say Groot?
Yeah, I don't know. So, I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. So, I am Groot.
Perfect time.
I am Groot. I am Groot. I am
Cool books.
Groot. I am Groot.
These days, they're both good.
I am Groot. I am Groot. Yeah, I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot.
Can flip Mr. taking naps here.
I am Groot. 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 I am the Groot. I am 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 Groot.
Works for me.
I am Groot. So I am Groot. I am Groot. For 6 power. Using I am Groot is actually the name of the attack against.
Yup. I knew what you were doing.
Against I am Groot. So I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot.
Physical?
I am Groot.
Okay.
I am Groot. I am Groot.
Oh, power face.
Alright, I am Groot.
Iron Man was dazed. Does he get 2 power for being on the point?
I am Groot.
Okay.
So I am
crits there.
Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. Or I am Groot.
So 4 successes into whoever Groot is attacking.
Oh
Groot.
boy. Well, she's gonna take a nap.
I am Groot.
Oh, Cap!
I am Groot.
And it's a superpower. Does that still mean it's an attack? So can I use my shield?
Yes.
I am Groot.
I'm absolutely going to use the Vibram Shield and try to block that. And he has more defense, so 2, 4, 6. There's a crit.
I am Groot.
You're good? Because blanks count.
I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. A Groot.
I see what you mean by he gets impossible to kill. Doing it again.
A Groot, yep.
Okay.
I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot.
I was gonna use the Vibrant Shield anyway, so I'll pay the 2 power and ring-a-ding-ding that again.
I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot.
Alright, how much health does Nebula have?
I am Groot.
3? Does she have any funky monkey things that are gonna make her harder to kill for some
Chat
odd
is
reason?
threatening to make you stop.
She's in cover, so I'm gonna use Trick Shot and fling around at her.
So,
Does she have...
one thought too is to activate Cap and like do a shield throw and then run away.
Oh, so that he doesn't get focused down again?
Or just have him run away twice to like behind Black Widow.
Might be an idea. I'm terrified of him getting... of Nebula getting a hold of him, though. Because he's not gonna do well.
Nebula has 3 health left, so you could try throwing your shield at her with Cap too.
I'll do that and then run away. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shield throw doesn't cost any power. Yeah, I think that might be the better bet. Instead of just shooting and having Cap die.
Right.
Yeah, because he doesn't get kicked out the first time he gets knocked out, does he? He's still got his healthy card. Okay,
Correct.
yeah. I will fling the shield at Nebula then.
Hey, there's the wild for the ricochet. Ellie,
Hey.
3 damage. Alright.
And if no one's explained this to you yet either, if Cap dies, you lose your leadership ability of reducing.
Oh, yeah. No, I definitely don't want him dying then. Never mind. He's going to fling this and run away.
Okay, so 3 physical defense against 3 damage to see what we get.
A flying die.
A flying die. We're looking actually really good so far. There's a crit and a success. There's blocks even without the die. So, yeah.
But you get the ricochet.
But you get the ricochet.
This character may make an additional shield throw attack. This attack must target another character within 3 of the original, maybe any distance from him.
You could do Star-Lord.
I was going to ask if he was in range.
He is just in range, and I think he's the better target.
Yeah, no, he's...
He still only has 2 left. He has a book, and he's on his healthy side.
Yep.
While Drax is at full and has a little bit of damage reduction. I mean, you could go group.
And does more damage the more damaged he is.
Oh, yeah, also a huge part of him. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, no, we'll bounce it off of Star-Lord here.
All right. This could do it.
There's 3.
Blue skin 2. Can he make it through? He doesn't. You did 3, right?
Yep.
All right. He is dazed.
Yay!
And he drops the book. You can drop that anywhere within range 2 of him.
Dice closer to you.
You can drop it on Thor. You can drop it pretty much on Iron Man. I suppose if you're going to move away, you could drop it on Cap and then just have him book it out of there.
Does Cap have one already or no?
Nope.
Cap does not have one yet.
He let Black Widow take it.
It couldn't be close enough, though, I don't think.
I don't think it would
Oh,
be close
yeah, that's
enough.
fair. Yep, no, you're right.
I think we're going to drop it close to... Oh, they're both at 9 power, so either one's a good option. I'm not going to We're going to drop it right here next to Iron Man, I think, is my better bet.
Yep, that's what I would do. All right, cool.
And then Cat moves medium, and he is going to kind of want to book him this way, but I think hiding behind Black Widow is my better bet. So he's going to book it.
Can you get on the point?
If you, put him on the point just in case
Okay.
Black Widow gets off of it.
And that is
Solid.
it for Mr. Cap.
Solid. So our Star-Lord is dazed. All right, so we have Nebula, Drax, or Gamora. I think we go with Gamora. Yeah, we just try to slay a god.
Oh boy.
So let's just do that. We'll go for Godslayer, Strength 6. Wilds turn other things into successes, so we get 1.
2 attacks.
2
successes.
Yeah, so I don't know how you're going to defend against 2 potential damage, but it's on you.
Devastating. Watch this one. Oh, I was expecting to roll all skulls or some
Right.
stupid thing, so I blocked 1.
All right. So 1 damage, and you gain the bleed special condition.
Oh, awesome! That's just bloody wonderful.
Let's do that another time, except this time with feelings. That's not what I said at all.
There's 1.
There's 1.
I was...
You're good.
Yay! I was very scared for Thor there for a second.
And she is not done yet. She's then going to use Assassin's Leap to leap away short.
You want to throw her into...
Star-Lord. No, if I had a chance of killing him with that damage, I would, but because I did
Nothing?
1 total damage, I'm just going to try to get away and keep her alive.
And on your point.
And on the point.
Okay, so we've got some options now. Could grab that book with Iron Man,
I do like your Hawkeye play earlier.
shooting
Yep.
Nebula.
Your preemptive attack there, yeah.
Yeah.
Could grab the book, keep that, or I am almost sure I could take Nebula out, but if I say I'm 100%, I'll do absolutely nothing.
Right.
I
I mean, he has a book now? Or he does?
does.
So between his strength 6 attack and the 5, you should be able to do
Should be able to.
3 damage over 11 dice. But
You did 12 dice and 1 damage.
That's a fair
right.
point.
Yeah, accurate. Very true.
Is Nebula in cover from where Hawkeye is right now?
No. Because you can draw a straight line to her.
And his hook arrow only once per turn. Oh.
Yeah.
So,
Technically, she is in cover.
Is she?
Is she within 2 of the donut?
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Oh, in the
he's...
donut?
I guess he's within 2 of the donut, too, so I guess it gets ignored.
Yeah.
yeah, because that wouldn't... The book almost wouldn't even be worth it. I was thinking maybe hook shot up here, book across the 2 of those, but I don't want Drax getting a hold of him.
Yeah, the
Well, you
chances
could-
of it taking Drax out are pretty slim.
Yeah.
Let's
just...
I mean,
I think you just fire at
Hooking
Nebula
up-
twice.
hooking up to the car, though, he could see what happens and then potentially move away. Or you could just fire into Nebula.
So just my two cents. I would try to take Nebula out and then potentially hook shot as far away as you can, because Drax can throw all sorts of stuff.
Oh, that's true.
Um,
And we all know how I roll against throws.
right.
Cap. Yeah, I think that might be my better idea. It's just...
And you might not even need both shots, if
Yeah.
you're lucky.
I'll just take one shot at Nebula first. Whichever one they're weaker against. Energy or physical. And I got a crit. Wow.
Okay.
So 2.
So 2 against 3. It all goes through at least. It doesn't take her out, but she doesn't block any of it.
No, we'll do her again then.
Yeah.
And you gain 2 power?
Yep. She is immune to bleed, poison, and stun, though. So for the
Aha,
wild,
I can still shock her.
yeah, there you go. Nice. All right. Beautiful. 4. You only need to do 1.
And a shock if I want it.
So I need to crit here. I need 3 successes and a crit, turning that into another success.
Just get 3 crits and go from there.
Oh, that's a good... Yeah. Should have just started with that. Or 0. Or none of them. She is toasted.
Okay. And I will take your guys' advice and just hook shot my joyful little self right about there.
Yeah.
You also gain 1 power?
Yes. Yep. 1 for that last damage you did.
Yeah, so that was almost a free hook shot.
Oh,
Oh, that was a free hook shot.
Did you reduce it by 1, 2 because of Cap's ability?
Nope. I thought it cost 3. So there we go.
all right. So Groot is gone. Star-Lord is dazed. Gamora is gone. All we have left is the Drax. Drax has no book.
He has knives.
There's a book by Iron Man.
He has big scary knives.
He does. No one has done damage to him this round, so there's no vengeance tokens out. Thor is up and still able to go.
Iron Man 2.
And Iron Man. And Black Widow?
And that... Yep.
Or no, or, oh yeah.
And the book is next to Iron Man 2, so there's a book out and about.
So, if I get insanely lucky, if I go over here, I try to attack Black Widow, could potentially throw him into Cap. Cap has how much left?
1.
Cap has 1.
1.
He has been skirting by on 1
Oh.
since that time you smacked him with the car.
So we gotta do that. We gotta go over here. We gotta beeline it for Cap and Black Widow. And then we just need to be really specific about how we do this. So I have 4 power. If I spend 3 on Titan Killer, I get to throw on a Wild. So if I Titan Killer Black Widow, I'd only be rolling 3 dice, but if I get the Wild, I could throw her into Cap to do the 1 damage from the automatic. No, that doesn't work that way. Alright, I think I got it. So we moved once. We're going to use Blades on Black Widow.
Okay.
So this is a Strength 5 attack.
And it's physical?
It is physical.
Oh boy.
You're not bleeding, so I don't get re-rolls, but it does add bleed on Wild. Let's see what we get. 2.
And you're bleeding.
Yes. Oops, sorry.
And defend with 3.
And he's within 2, so those are all successes because she counts blanks as successes.
Wait, why does she count blanks as successes?
She has the same thing. Part of the
Martial arts.
Martial
Oh,
arts.
and the character. Oh!
As long as the character's within 2.
I never noticed that. I saw the stealth one, I didn't see that. She's disgusting.
So you could counter if you wanted here.
I was thinking about that, and I think I just might do that. So we are going to counter and roll 4 dice.
So it does 1.
And then I put a bleeding token on her, or did the damage not going through cease that?
So the bleed went through. So
Yeah,
usually on attacks, if it triggers on a Wild, it goes through regardless of damage.
Okay.
If it doesn't, if it happens automatically, usually it's an if damage is dealt.
Okay.
Okay, so let's spend 3 power to use the Destroyer to throw Black Widow into Cap.
Not the other way around.
Oh, that's what I meant. I meant that one. So I'll throw Cap into Black Widow.
Okay.
Cap will take 1 automatic damage.
Which means that he is donezo.
Toastered.
Sorry, Cap. You did so good.
He really did.
Holy cow.
And then Black Widow will make a dodge roll against Cap's 3 damage.
And she's got 3 physical defense. I need dice, not tokens to roll.
And she blocks
One.
one of it. So
And
she takes 2.
2. And then she gets the 2 power for that too, or no?
Yep.
Okay.
She's down to 1.
Yep, she is down to 1 life. She is not a happy camper either. And she's bleeding. Awesome.
All right.
Was this Cap's or hers?
That might have been Cap's.
Caps.
Because she has not gone yet.
Okay. I thought I had an extra token.
I don't know.
Hawkeye has his.
Maybe it was Cap's.
Yeah, it was caps.
Oh, okay.
Well, I've got 1 on Cap. I'm missing Thor's. Okay, I figured it out.
All right. So I am done. That is all of my activations. You have Thor and Iron Man left.
Okay, so that is hers.
She hasn't gone yet, though, right?
No, she has not gone.
She has it? Okay. I have an extra token then, and I'm not
Probably
sure where
Tim's
it came
token.
from.
You probably took Black
I
Widow's
think-
and put it on Captain America's when he died. So there
Probably.
was still one on Cap when you took it back off. Would be my guess.
Okay.
Do you have one on Captain America?
No,
There you go.
I've got Hawkeye's
So
too.
yeah, throw that one on Captain America.
Okay. I have no clue where to start with this.
The ocean is your oyster.
Ocean is kind of my oyster here. Thor, he's dazed.
Yeah, Gamora is the only alive target over there. So I think
These
you have
two are here though.
you have a couple of ways to do it. Effectively, you should be able to kill Gamora this round. You could pick up the book with Iron Man, and then just scooch him up and try to hit her using some Friday AI to get some extra dice on explosive rockets or something.
Okay.
And then you have Thor to charge over and slap her twice, and then throw a building at her if she's still up.
The other thing I was thinking was ramming over here with Thor, doing a move for Asgard for 3, because he's got a full 10 power. That'll put him down to 7, and then I've got God of Thunder that I could drop for 7 damage, possibly, on both of them.
I don't think you can get over there and do those attacks, because God of Thunder is an attack as well.
Oh, yeah, that's an attack. I thought it was... Yeah, no, I wouldn't be able to. Aww. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna try to focus down Miss Gamora over here. And we'll grab the book with Iron Man. Boop. All of my stuff is gonna be less cheap, which sucks. And then... What's a range of what? 4?
I mean, I'm not going to be
I
scoring,
would have to scoot over a bit.
so I guess you could go either way there. You could move and try to blast Groot, but I think confirming Gamora's death is bigger.
I think that would be more important. So, I do have to scoot him up a little bit, but if I scoot right there and just touch it, she is in range. So then I will pay my little tax of 3 power for the Friday AI and go with a repulsor blast against Gamora.
Okay.
So that puts me at 6 dice. And crit. 1, 2, 3.
You got 3.
Did you get a wild?
No.
Okay. So she's rolling 3 against this. She blocks 2. Wow. She takes just 1, but you gain 1 power for damage dealt.
Oh!
Or do you want a Unibeam here instead?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I wish I would have seen that before I used the Friday AI.
I mean,
Yeah, do it.
I think that the repulse blast is fine, though.
I mean, just roll whatever. What's the difference in the dice?
1.
It's 4 more.
Oh.
It's 4 more power, though.
Yeah, it'd be 4 more power. I was thinking that with the Friday AI.
But you did Friday AI,
Oh,
right?
wait, no, I did the 1 attack, so don't worry about
Well,
it.
no, hold on. I'm fine with you.
If you wanna
just
spend
rolling the difference.
If you want to spend the 4 power, you would get what, 2 more dice?
Yeah, throw 2 more dice out there.
Okay.
So yeah. Yeah,
Thank you for
super
letting me
worth
do
it.
that.
Super worth it. Wow, she just takes a flat 3 more.
Don't forget your power.
She's capped.
Oh, she's capped?
Yep.
Okay.
After that first one, that puts her to 10.
And what
Ooh.
kind of health is she on?
She has a single health left.
She has a single health left?
Mm-hmm.
Would it maybe be worth hucking my hammer at her with Thor and running this way?
You could.
Or taking that point?
I would take the point. You might win this round, because you have... That would give you 4 points for the secures. And how many books do you have?
All 3.
All 3?
No, I've got 2.
Yeah. So you would get 4 points, which would put you at 14 for the secure canisters, if you're securing this one, and she is dead. And then 2 books would close her up for you.
Where's the third book?
I was going to ask, I don't know. Oh, no, I do have all 3.
Oh, yeah.
I've got one on Black Widow.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, I still don't trust her with running up in melee, because I remember you saying something about a counter on her.
Yeah, so she has an ability where she can spend 2. If you're within range 2, she'll roll 5 dice instead of her normal defense. And if she takes no damage from the attack, you'll take 2 damage.
I'm going to wing the hammer at her first at the cost
fair.
of 1 power.
With 1 health left, I mean,
With
you
1
might as
health
well.
left, I might as well try to secure this the best I can.
Right.
1 damage.
Alright. It all comes down to this. Can I roll any successes on this attack? On this defense? The answer to that riddle is no!
Ding!
She takes 1 damage.
The other thing, too, was you could just move up and throw her into the building, right?
Yeah, that also
That
would
would
have
have been
worked.
an option.
But that's significantly more satisfying. It's gotta be.
Winging a hammer? Yeah.
Just, it like clips her pinky toe and just takes her out.
And I'll just pop him right there.
Move up, secure it.
Thor, there you go, buddy. Good job.
And then you take 1 damage at the end for bleeding.
Yep.
A bit. Right there.
And bleeding does not yield a power, though.
That's
Correct.
fine. And does the bleeding go off now, or does that stay?
No, it stays on.
Oh, it stays until I shake it?
Until you shake it or until you daze. So when you flip the card
Okay.
to injured, you lose all special
my
conditions
God.
too.
He's got 8 health. He's fine for another round of
But
bleeding.
that's it. That's all the activations for this round. We go into the cleanup phase, starting with... I had priority this round, or did you? I think you did. Nope, I did.
So,
I did, and I score 0 this round. We move over to you, who is scoring 4 canisters to put you at 14, and then 3 books to put you to 17, which gives you the victory. Well
Huzzah!
done. Great first game.
Thank you for teaching me and letting me go, oh, wait, I'm a derp, and helping me out.
We
with
do that a
everything.
lot because we constantly forget stuff. So being able to take stuff back as long as it's not too far is something that is pretty standard.
Okay, I know a lot of people who are very, very hard-boned on no take-backsies, so I appreciate it.
So the cool thing about this game is that it kind of has a lot of stuff built in to not make it that super competitive like thing.
Yeah, I didn't get super competitive or worried. Like, it got the anxiety because it was, okay, I don't want this guy to die, but
Right.
it was all around really fun. It wasn't stressful at all. Like, I've played Warhammer, and that's gotten kind of stressful before.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Well, and the amount of rules, too, and stuff. Like, this is actually pretty easy. Like, I explained everything to you right through. It took maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah,
You
and I
seem to
picked
pick
up
on it all real quick.
There's a couple things I'm still a little iffy on, but for the most part, I at least feel like I have the basics down.
Yeah.
I just gotta learn characters.
Yeah, a lot of it's knowing what your opponents have, what counters they have, and what traps they might be trying to trick you into.
Yeah, because I know nothing. I'm not a big Marvel or superhero person generally, so I know
Fair.
almost nothing about any of these guys. I still think of Groot as the little dude, not a giant tree.
Oh, yeah, super fair.
Yeah.
So, who's your favorite character to use, and who is your MVP on your team for this game?
I think Cap might have been the most fun to use just because of the annoying amount of damage
He is
he
an
blocks.
absolute tank. Yeah.
I got super concerned when you smacked him with that car, and then everything past that just didn't phase him whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely need to play again to figure out what characters are more my favorite, but Iron Man and Hawkeye were definitely 2 of my favorites.
Yeah. Hawkeye, for a 3 threat, he's rather inexpensive to field.
He did some good damage for Theo.
Yep. The fact that he can shoot from halfway across the board and pretty much gets that free movement with hook arrow.
Shot?
Yeah,
hook arrow.
And when he's on Avengers, making that cheaper is just like ridiculous.
Yeah, no, the cheaper with Cap as the leader was really, really nice too. It made a lot of the superpowers a little bit less of a I need to be stingy.
The Cap affiliation is still like one of the best ones, isn't it?
I think so.
Competitively speaking,
I can see why.
Well, they've done a super good job making sure that, because that was in the core box. Cap came out in the core box with actually a bunch of other characters on that team, and they've stayed relevant, which is rare to see with now over 100 different characters in this game.
Really?
The initial release still being good, still being competitive, which is awesome.
The character I'm least sure with was definitely Black Widow, because I'm not sure what all to do with her and not sure how she plays, but she seems like a pain in the neck if someone knows what they're doing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, she's tactical
the
piece.
best one at punching dogs.
That's true.
What?
So, because I wild fish all the time, where I'm just like, if I roll a wild, this will work. I went up to Lockjaw, who's this big, nasty dog, and she punched him in the face, and she got the wild and the stagger. A single damage went through. He didn't block any of it, so he was staggered. I took his, whatever it was. He had some...
A token.
Took that, and just, because she's long movement, scooted away.
Basically triple moved away.
Yeah.
So she's just really, really annoying if she can get that wild off.
Correct. And well, and that long movement with
that
stealth...
long movement's nice.
If someone actually gets up and into melee with her, she's counting blanks as successes, she's counter-striking back.
I didn't realize that she counted the blanks as successes,
Yeah.
and I saw the counter-strike, but I definitely want to use her again and get a little more used to her. I feel like I didn't use her super well this game. Just because she looks so squishy on paper.
Yeah. That's very true.
She is usually pretty squishy, yeah.
Because she has really low health, but she had some incredible damage output with
the books.
Those books just blasting people. Yep. And that was a great use of her, too. She's low threat. She shouldn't be a high priority for me to take out, but the fact that she was just obliterating anyone that was in that line.
And she can move so far,
yeah.
So she can get those good positions.
On my side, I think Drax did a lot of work. Gamora.
Drax and Gamora.
Surprisingly, I mean that...
Gamora held up for a turn.
Right, yeah. When she was not dazed or dead, she was doing really good.
Yeah, she was monstrous that one round she swatted Thor.
And she got some updates recently too, so she'll get even more deadly or more defensive kind of as time goes on, which is super cool too. But, sweet. So overall, think you dig it? Think you'll come back?
Oh, definitely.
Perfect.
I was impressed with Hawkeye and Iron Man.
They really stood out for me.
Hawkeye being able to counterattack Rocket was big. And Iron Man just doing something was, a surprise.
Yeah, it's rare for us to see.
Do you guys not usually use Iron Man?
We don't.
Normally do.
We don't really use him a lot, no.
He's kind of overshadowed nowadays by similar threat characters.
Okay.
His damage output is okay, but his defense is lower, I think, than most people in his category.
Okay. His defense is high because he does have 4 physical.
And he does have that ignore tanky. 1 damage.
Yeah. Yep. He sticks around, but he doesn't have a lot going on until he flips, and then you have Unibeam.
Because they're upping his attack, aren't they, in the new card?
No, they...
they lowered the cost of all his abilities.
Maybe that's what it... Did they make Repulsor Blast 5?
But I think Friday AI dropped down in power.
It did. Yeah, so Friday AI is only 1 now.
Oh, that's so nice, because it's... If I could, I would use that every single shot.
Well, and when you do Wild Fish on him with his explosive rockets too, if you have a cluster up, just doing that automatic damage to everyone around is just so awesome.
I was hoping to get a clump so I could either do the rockets or the God of Thunder on you, but I didn't get a chance.
We rarely see God of Thunder go off just because it requires a lot of power, and Thor is so reliant on using for Asgard to get in range that having that much on you, but when it goes off, and
no one really wants to be around Thor.
Correct, yeah. People play a lot of keep away from him just existing in general.
New goal.
Dan says that only Friday AI went cheaper.
Okay. I think that's what I got yelled at about from Chuck, was I said that just make Repulsor Blast 5, and that's when the headset came off.
But I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I think so too. But make sure to join us tomorrow morning, midnight, or tomorrow at 7 a.m. I guess really whenever you want to download it. A new episode of Wait, Did I Roll a Wild is going to come out where we talk about the updates to the Guardians list, as well as the new erratas and stuff coming to Enchantress, Valkyrie, and a third character. Who is it? I don't know. It's over there on the YouTube. You can check it out there, and it's available on all podcasting platforms as well. That is Wait, Did I Roll a Wild? Your Marvel Crisis Protocol Plavog. Also today, a new episode of the Lost Omens podcast dropped, where Tyler's sister, Dani, hosts some Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Wednesday, this week, we will look forward to Thursday, where Gapapa, a Grim Podcast of Perilous Adventure, comes out, as well as Friday with Elite 8 Showdown, that has myself and Big Chuck. Also, Thursday, 7 p.m., live on the YouTube. Link is down below in the links. We will be doing another new episode of Wait, Did I Roll a Wild live, where we'll talk about this game. We'll also talk about all the rules changes that they kind of officially released this week, as well as any other new news based around Marvel Crisis Protocol. Until then, as always, beardeddragongames.online. Go there, use code PCME10 for 10% off your order. Oh, thank you, Dan. Medusa was the other character that really needed just a really tight tweak, and they made that tight tweak, and she's in a great spot now. Not as good as she was in before, but she needed to come down a little bit. I think that is everything. So we will see you next week right here for some more Marvel Crisis Protocol on Oh Yeah, the Power Phase. Until next time. Bye.
Have a good one.